What's up, busy people? Hope you guys are all doing great. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create your own weather widget on your Google Sheets. All right, and this weather widget is going to make an external request to an outside weather website using API key, and then the weather website will send updates to your Google Sheet, and then you will be able to use that data to update your weather widget right here, okay, on your dashboard. For those of you that are watching our Google Sheet CRM tutorial videos, we are going to be focusing a lot more of the rest of the videos on the Google Sheet CRM you're looking at right here, okay? And the first part of it is setting up your weather widget, okay? You don't have to use it, but I just thought it would be cool. You know, if you're an agency owner, sometimes you may have to, most agency owners work at home, right? But sometimes you may need to go out, you know, and meet with clients at their office or business location. Maybe you want to check the weather. I know there are different ways you can check the weather, but how cool is it, right? If you have a little weather widget on your CRM, your Google Sheet CRM, that will report, you know, weather conditions to you, right? So maybe if you need to grab a jacket or something like that, that will be helpful, right? Okay, so like I said before, you are going to need an API key because this is going to make an external request to an outside server, right? So in order to do that, we will be using a JavaScript code. All right, now you don't have to write the JavaScript code. All right, what you need to do is you could just go to my landing page. Check somewhere around this video, there will be a link that will send you to my landing page. Okay, the landing page should look something like this. All right, and then when you get over here, just click on where it says resources, and once you click on resources, it will open up an online Google Doc right here. Okay, and then just scroll to where it says weather report update script. All right, and just go ahead and copy the script right here. You don't have to write the script from scratch, just copy it. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. And once you copy the script, what you want to do is you want to go over to where it says extensions, and then you want to click on where it says app scripts, and then this page is going to open up. All right, now as you can see, I already have a script in here, right? So the script that I copied is pretty much the same thing. All right, so what you want to do is, now you can see it does have an API key. Do not use this API key. I'm going to show you how you can generate your own API key. Right after this video, I will change this API key, so don't use it. If you use it, it's not going to work. All right, so what you want to do is you want to copy that script I showed you from this place right here. All right, okay, remember you got to go to my landing page, click on resources, and then grab this script, copy it, and then come over here. I'm assuming at the time you're setting up yours, you probably don't have any script in here. All right, so just go ahead and paste the script inside over here. All right, and then there are a few things that you need to change inside of the script, okay, for it to work for you. All right, the first part here, you could see it does have some instructions on the right hand side, so we're going to follow accordingly. All right, the first part says change where it says weather forecast to your sheet name. All right, now this is going to be our sheet. We created a tab called weather forecast. All right, so this is going to be the sheet name. In yours, you don't have to have anything in that sheet. Okay, you don't have to have anything. Just create a simple tab. All right, and you can space the column and the rows to look like this. Let me just go ahead and delete everything. So just go ahead and create a tab. You can name it weather forecast and just space the rows and columns to look just like this. All right, make sure you go back to your script right here, the app script area. All right, and make sure that the name of the sheet, okay, is exactly, see where it says weather forecast? Make sure that name is exactly the same name you put right inside here. Okay, so here it says get sheet by name. Okay, so put that exact name within that parenthesis, that single quote. All right, put it right within the single quote right here. Okay, and then the next thing is we need an API key. Okay, so to get the API key, we want to go to a website called visualcrossing.com. Now, you can use different weather websites if you want to, but I highly recommend visualcrossing.com because that's the one that I used for mine and it works really, really well. All right, so go over to visualcrossing.com and create an account. Sign up, create an account. All right, and then once you create your account, get right back in it. Maybe they might send you a verification code to your email to make sure you know you're a human. All right, and then once you're done, log into your account, go to where it says account right here, click on it. Okay, and then over here you are going to be allowed to create an API key. Again, please don't use this API key. I'm going to change it right after this video, so if you use it, it will not work. All right, so Visual Crossing will allow you to generate your own unique API key. All right, so once you have that done, go ahead and copy that, come back to your app script section right here. Okay, so where it says your underscore API underscore key, you want to delete that and then place your API key right inside there. Okay, see that? Make sure you place it within the quotation, right? That single quotation. Okay, all right. And then the last thing we want to do here with the script is we want to replace, depending on where you live. Okay, if you live in, let's say, Tampa, Florida, right? You want to replace where it says Columbus, OH, so you want to put Tampa, and then Florida will be FL right here. Okay, see this section right here? All right, so if you live in Sydney, Australia, you want to replace Columbus. So let's go ahead and change where it says Columbus, and then we're going to put Sydney. Okay, and then where it says OH, we go ahead and put Australia in there. All right, and then once you're done, remember to hit the save button right here. Okay, that's very important. Remember to hit that save button. So once you're done with that, what you want to do is you want to do a test request, all right, to see if this is going to work well or if you're going to get a response. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click run, and it will say execution started and execution completed. Great, so this is what we want to see. Whenever we see this, it means that our request was successful. It means we got a response back from the weather website. Okay, so we want to go back to our sheet, and as you can see right here, our sheet has been populated automatically with weather information. Okay, so you can see right here we got some updates right over here. All right, which is awesome. Okay, and then our dashboard is also showing weather reports for Sydney, Australia. Now we're gonna come real quick right here to show you how we call data from this tab sheet right here. Okay, but before we do that, let me show you something real quick. Right after you make the request, okay, right after you make the test request, there is one more thing you need to do. All right, you want to go over to where it says triggers, and then you want to click that. Okay, and then you want to add a trigger. What is the purpose of this trigger? If you do not add a trigger, once you do the test request, that's all you're going to get. That's the only data you're going to get from the website. Once the website sends this data and brings the data right in here into your little basket, I call it a basket, temporal basket, or your little warehouse, information warehouse, that's all you're going to get, right? Now, you know this is weather, right? And for weather, you're going to need to get frequent updates, right? You need like maybe updates every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, because it's weather, right? So just one report or one response would not be great, would not give users a good user experience. All right, so we want to set up a trigger that will send updates based on our own custom time settings. All right, so over here you can see I've already created my trigger. If you don't have one in here, you want to click to where it says add trigger, right? And once you click on it, it will open up something like this. Okay, so you want to click where it says fetch data and update sheet. All right, over here it will likely be set to head, so you don't have to do anything over here. And then where it says select event source, you want to click where it says time driven. Okay, and then over here you can customize how frequent do you want to make requests to the weather website. Okay, so you can set it to maybe hourly if you want. If you want minutes, you can choose minutes. If you want to set it to update on a daily basis, you could do that. Week and month available. I would recommend hourly. Okay, and then I set mine to hourly. I set it to every 6 hours. If you want to do every 4 hours, so customize it to what you prefer. Okay, and then once you're done, go ahead and hit save. Okay, so every 6 hours, based on my settings, every 6 hours a request will be made, from Google Sheet to the weather website for a weather update. Okay, and then the weather website will send the update, the data, into your basket right here. Okay, now there's a lot of data in here, right? There's quite a lot of data in here. So you might want to pull certain specific column of data, right? Certain specific data that you want to display over here. All right, so to do that, you got to use a Google Sheet formula, right? For those of you who already have my Google Sheet template, a Google Sheet CRM template, you don't need to recreate it. Okay, you don't need that. But if you don't have it, you just want to create a little nice widget here. All right, for those of you that are learning how to do it from scratch, let's go ahead and delete it. Okay, and then we create a header right here. We made the background black, right? And then we made something to indicate the header, right? And then over here we wanna put in the word date, right? And then over here we want to put in highs, and then over here maybe you want to put in lows, right? And then maybe you want to say something like appearance, or if you want to do something like humidity, you can do whichever one you want to pull, whichever data you want to pull from this basket. You can do it, whatever way you want. Okay, now we're going to use a formula to pull the data we want. So the formula is going to pull the date, all right, and then it's going to pull the highs, the lows, and it's going to pull maybe something like what else should we pull? Let's pull AD for conditions. right? We want to pull, let's say we want the conditions, right? So let's write a formula to pull that out. So we want to say exclamation, or no, one quotation, and we want to say weather forecast, and then close quotation, and then we want to put exclamation mark, and then we want to say we want the date first. So the date is in A2. All right, so I want A2. And then I want to put enter. Oh, is that the date? No, that's not the date. No, it's AB rather. Sorry, AB. AB is the date. AB. Oops, let's correct that. AB. Whoops, what's going on? AB. Oh, no, hold on a minute. So, no, B2, sorry. So it's B2. B2. There we go. All right, so it's gonna be B2. And then what we want to do is we want to pull this down to give us the next 4 days coming up. All right, and then we want to, for highs, since the highs is right next to this, we want to pull this right over here to give us high. We want to pull this one over here to give us the low, and then want to pull this down, all right, to give us for the next 4 days. Okay, and then for appearance, if we pull this here, this is not giving us appearance, right? So we want to, if we pull this over here, what it's giving us here is it's the highs, lows, temperature, right? So it's giving us temperature. Okay, so this is the temperature in Sydney. You can just go ahead and change this to temperature if you want this. Okay, just change the title to temperature. If not, we can go grab the one for temperature, or I mean the conditions, and that's AD2. AD2 is for temperature. So in this formula, we want to change this to AD2, hit enter, and then we got this right here, and then we can pull that right here, and now we have our widget for Sydney. We could change this to Sydney, Australia. Okay, Australia. Make this smaller. Sydney, Australia. Whoops. Am I doing it right? I'm gonna save this. And that's the weather report for Sydney, Australia for the next 4 days. All right, isn't that cool? Okay, so now you have your nice looking Sydney, Australia weather report. Now, I think Sydney uses Celsius, all right, but what Visual Crossing does is, because I'm in the United States, Visual Crossing converted the weather in Sydney from Celsius and showed it to me in Fahrenheit. I'm thinking that's what's happening here, right? Let me check the weather in Sydney real quick. Weather in Sydney, Australia. Okay, so the weather, yep. So here is the Fahrenheit, which I believe is what the website is showing me as saying that the highs will, so the highest temperature in Sydney for today, the 17th, or Sydney is about a day ahead of us. On the 17th will hit 82 and the lows will be 71. All right, so that's something like that. And then in Celsius it was going to be 27, which is what the what is used in Sydney uses Celsius, and America uses Fahrenheit. America uses Fahrenheit. All right, I think Visual Crossing knows I'm in the United States, and it's showing me the weather in Fahrenheit, okay, in the US weather metric system. But in Sydney they use Celsius, I believe, right? So Sydney will show this, in the US it will show something like this. All right, so let's say we want to bring everything back to Columbus, Ohio. So what we want to do is, once we go back to our app script area, we want to change the name of the city right inside of your endpoint URL. You want to go ahead and change the name of the city. We're going to change Sydney to Columbus, and then we're going to change where it says Australia. We're going to remove Australia, and we're just going to say Ohio, something like that. All right, and then once we hit save and then we hit run, okay, now what's gonna happen is that you see everything has changed over here. See that? Immediately everything changed. Also in the weather basket, you notice that information in here is also changed. Okay, so that is how we set up our weather widget. I hope this video was helpful. If you are encountering any problems, if it's not working for you, just send me an email and I will be happy to assist you. All right, I'm just gonna change stuff back over here. I'm gonna change it. All right, okay, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.